Welcome to the Crochet Business School podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Thomas, and I'm going to help you to make your crochet business dreams a reality, stitch by stitch, without you being chained to your hook and being able to live that lifestyle you've been dreaming of using the power of your crochet.
You know, there's more than one way to make money from your crochet. Now, I realize most of you know that, but I think that often we don't realize just how many ways there are. But also, I don't think we realize that turning to these other things is not as complicated or as difficult as you might think. Most of us start our crochet businesses by selling what we make. And we think that's the perfect solution. We love to crochet. We need to make a bit of extra money, or we need a new source of income. And perfect, you get to sit and crochet all day. And of course, you quickly learn that's not the case. It's just not that simple. The other thing that you may find as you go along is that something what you make is a big time sucker. Massive. You lose control of what you're crocheting because you have to crochet what your customers want. You also aren't making any money when you take time off. And so every time you do need to put your hooks down because the kids need you, there's a family emergency, you just want to take a break, you then start worrying about your finances and where that extra income is going to come from. Having something else that brings in money from your crochet can help solve these problems. But have you actually thought about it? Have you thought about doing it and thought, oh, it's not for me, or, oh, I can't do that, I'm not qualified? Well, for qualifications, there are none. You just learn how to do it and you do it. Your qualifications come from the sales that you make and the feedback you get from the people who buy from you or use your services. There's a whole list of ways that you can make money from your crochet. Now, I've talked about my list of 9 before. I've actually come up with a few more. So that list has increased. But to have a long-term, successful and profitable crochet business, you are going to have to branch out. Now, that doesn't mean you have to have your fingers in a great many pies, but having at least one way that your crochet brings in money without you having to crochet something every time is going to give you a backup plan. It's going to bring in money even when you take time off, so you don't have that financial worry as much. It just takes that edge off. And it just gives you something else, so your eggs aren't all in one basket. But you've got so many options to choose from. And each one has its own different set of learning points, has its own requirements, but you get to choose. This is your business. You get to do it your way. So you get to choose the combination of income streams, how many, how few, if you keep on selling what you make or if you replace that. Some of these options will complement each other. Some don't fit so well together. Some will suit you, some will not. You will have things to learn. But guess what? When you started this crochet business thing, you had plenty to learn then as well, and you went ahead and did it. If you're worried about tech, you don't have to be. Tech is not nearly as complicated now as it was a few years ago. You don't have to code anything. Most things now are drag and drop. They make it really simple. You press a few buttons and the job's done. Things are now made easy. So from a tech point of view, the only worry now is the cost. And some things do have a cost. There's no point trying to deny that. The question is, are you willing to put that money in? how do you feel about it? How do you feel about branching out into something new, of learning these new things? So what am I talking about? So at the minute, my list includes, and I am thinking about other things as well, affiliate marketing, crochet patterns, a blog, sponsorship from other brands, video courses, YouTube channel, memberships, in-person classes, selling what you make, of course, art installations, merchandise. And that's a hell of a list to choose from. And I could probably add more as well. So over the next several episodes, I will be talking about each one of these in turn, about what they take, what is involved in them, how you generate the income from them, and what other revenue streams they would work well with. Not all of these will suit you. Not all of these will suit everyone. I mean, there's several things on this list I could never do. Art installations is beyond me. I mean, I admire them greatly, but it's not for me. In-person classes, I don't think I'd be very good. But you could suit it down to the ground. Some of these might really appeal to you, you just don't know how to get started. So I'm going to tell you about them and see if you think you could go ahead. See if you think they would complement your business and give you that extra dimension that's going to take the pressure off constantly having to crochet in order to get paid. You don't need qualifications to do any of these. It's all about the experience. It's about actually doing it and having people believe in you. To do that, you've got to believe in yourself. And sometimes all we need is a bit of practice and a good kick, and we will be able to do this thing no problem. If you're waiting for someone to come and give you permission to teach other people to crochet, to call yourself a pattern designer, you're going to be waiting forever because nobody is coming along to give you permission. The only permission you need is yourself. The only thing stopping you is you. You are capable of doing anything if you put your mind to it. So there's no reason why you can't do any of these things for yourself. It all depends on how determined you are and if you are prepared to put the work in. Some of these take more work than others. Some of these take more learning than others. Some of these require a bit of upfront investment. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it. That doesn't mean you cannot branch out, take that step into the unknown, and try something new. Because you might find some of these incredibly rewarding. But you'll never know unless you try and give it a go. So an episode on each of these is coming up. And I would love to hear what you think of them. And if you think any of them are for you. What's stopping you from trying new things in your crochet business? What's stopping you from branching out and adding an extra string to your bow and having a consistent, reliable source of income? You don't have to be just about selling what you make. You can still do that and do these other things as well, or at least one of these other things as well. And, branch out a little bit and secure your business. Because you never know when something might happen and you can no longer sell what you make. Or you have to take time off for a while. So you can't pick up your hook and make those orders. Having something else in your basket that you can create an income from, it gives you security. So listen out for the upcoming series And just have a think about that and come tell us in the Facebook group what you think of it all. Does this idea scare you of trying something new? Are you afraid that you're just not going to be good enough? I promise you there's no reason to think that. It's just getting past your own fears and taking that step.
Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Crochet Business School podcast. Stay tuned for more episodes and please subscribe to wherever you listen to your podcast. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Crochet Business School. Subscribe to the channels because I would love to hear from you and what you're up to in your own crochet business. If you have any questions about creating and growing your own crochet business, please send them my way and I'll answer them in future episodes. So thank you for joining me and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye for now.